department do?
This section?
This section.
Oh, so what we're here to talk to you about is how we detect the disease and how we test to detect the disease. So
Can you explain to me why you're not testing then?
We do test, but we get disease notifications by people calling in on a sick bird hotline and telling us where there's a sick bird, and we go and...
Okay, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that because you guys came to my property uninvited and unannounced. I have no sick birds on my property. So that doesn't exactly fly.
Well, you didn't let me finish. That's a sick bird hotline, so people will call and say, hey, my bird's sick, and then we go out there to test. If you're in an area that is near a lot of infected properties, then yes, we will go out and not test. We euthanize.
Okay, can you explain to me why you guys are using bully tactics though?
Bully?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm not aware of us using bullying.
Okay, let me give you... No, it's very clear. My mother is ADA compliant. My mother is disabled. I got one of those stupid forms on my fence. I have a job. So you guys had to wait till I get off work. On the bottom of the thing, it says you have 24 hours. My mother's half blind, so she didn't even know what this notice was. She told me the next day. I sent in a request for an informal hearing. Told my mother was ADA, which should have given her extenuating circumstances. Got denied. You guys then show up the next day, trying to kill my birds. I denied you guys access. When I denied you guys access, you guys then contacted Riverside Animal Control Services and told them I have sick horses on my property.
We would have contacted Highway Patrol.
Oh, no. California Department of, Riverside County, I have it on video. The officer said CDFA contacted them. Very clearly, CDFA said they contacted us and told us you have sick animals on this property and underweight. He stepped onto the property, walked around, because I allowed him access, walked around after he stepped into bleach, not diluted bleach, not watered down, I'm talking 100% full chemical chlorine. He came on my property, said, where are the sick animals? So how is that not a bully attack? You're using another agency to attempt to gain access to my property.
I'm not aware of that at all. In general, when we can't get on people's properties because they don't respond, we have to get a warrant and go through our process to do that.
Yeah, but you guys are trying to circumvent that with me at very least.
You said we are.
Huh?
You said, well, yeah, I'm not aware of that. I'm really sorry.
We turned his name to the lab.
He has an older mother and had a quarantine on the fence and then tried to appeal that because his mom's not well.
We turned him to the lab.
Take the appeal hearing and time and then
1 to 2 days, 48
When I denied you guys access to my property, you guys bothered to call Riverside Animal Services, basically downtown. You guys contacted them, told them that I had sick animals on my property and underweight animals on my property.
Since it's a population.
Oh yeah, I have it on video. I have it on video, the officer telling me this. Animal control officer telling me that CDFA contacted them and told them this. I allowed him access to my property. I allowed him to look at my birds that are on the property. I allowed him to look at my pigs on the property. I allowed him to look at my horse and my goat. The officer said, and I quote word for word, you have no sick animals on this property. You have no underweight animals on this property. How is that not a bully tactic? You guys are trying to use another agency to gain access to my property.
You know, as far as I know, we don't work with animal control that closely. We have our own people. So I'm not sure where to contact.
CDFA. The officer was very clear about it.
You know, I didn't realize that was happening. But
I mean, at least the area that I worked, I've got a lot of fish.
do you still have birds yourself?
So that's why.
Yes, I still have birds.
Okay. And they're okay?
My birds are sick.
Okay.
I actually give my birds vaccines, and to step on my property, you have to step in, because I work for a full chemical plant. So I have access to all the chlorine I want.
Right.
So I literally bring, what you pour into your pool, you have to step in pure 100% undiluted to step on my property.
You know, that's great, because the problem is that people are moving birds, and the most that the other owners can do, because people are moving birds, is practice good biosecurity. And it sounds like you are practicing really good biosecurity. I mean, just any other people that have birds, that have anything to do with birds, keep them away from your property. Keep them away from your birds.
I don't allow anyone on my property.
Okay, great. Yeah, like we were talking to these guys that have other poultry, you more or less have to batten down the houses and to keep yourself safe and biosecure. That's one of the only things you can do at this point, because you have no control to some degree whether that infected herd, that infected flock is going to end up next to you or one over. I mean, none of us have control over that anymore.
My birds are literally inside of a coop. I've got tarps over them to stop any kind of wild bird feces from getting in there.
Yeah. I mean, that's great, and you know what? You can help us if you've got some other owners of birds in your neighborhood. Just kind of spread the word that biosecurity is about the only tool they can use at this point, because of the way the virus is spreading. Yeah, I mean that would be great. I mean that's part of the problem we're having, is getting the right information to the people that are potentially affected or infected. Yeah. I mean and that's why we're having things like this, open houses. Maybe you heard it on the radio. There's kind of public announcement spots now about people with questions and problems. We call the sick bird hotline, like that. So we're trying to get the information out there so people can make decisions and use biosecurity, trying to avoid getting infected.
Well, I think you guys are trying to. I've already denied you guys once. So you guys are going to come back with a warrant.
Yeah, well, that's the process.
You see people.
We're trying to get rid of this disease, and if people start moving birds, I'm not sure how soon we're going to get it out there.
My understanding is the California heat is supposed to kill this disease.
Well, sunlight kills it relatively quickly, probably in a day. But if it's in the manure, in the straw, in the dirt, and it's protected from the sun, then it can live several months. Yeah, and guys, they have birds that look healthy, and they move them when they're incubating the disease. And when they show up at the other place, that's when they show signs. Well, then it's already too late.
Isn't it only a 4-day incubation period?
No, it's 10 days to 14 days. Yeah, and that's a problem. That's kind of a long time for a disease to incubate. So if a bird gets infected on day 1, that means in 10 to 14 days he starts showing signs, but that doesn't mean he's not shedding the virus before he gets sick. So again, people see healthy birds and they're moving it, and meanwhile it's shedding. Then it gets sick by the time it gets to where it's going. But it's shed, and it's gone to, other people have handled it, or other people are using the cages, then it's gone several places before those birds ever end up getting sick. It's a problem. It's a real problem. Same thing for testing. You can test birds, but if it's still just incubating the disease, it's not pushing out enough virus for that test to find. Very low, and then it gradually builds up how much virus it's shedding, and then it becomes sick. So if they're testing birds, they're pure healthy, and it's effective, but it's not spewing up enough virus to be detected by the test. Then people say, well, I'm a negative test, but then a week later, we're sick. So it's difficult. It's difficult, and people don't know that. People don't realize that. They think we showed up to swab their birds, right? And then the birds are sick 4 days later. That we gave it to them. Well, no, they had it, and they've been incubating it for 10 to 14 days before we ever showed them.
Well, I heard it was a 4-day incubation period.
No.
You know, what region of Bolivia can how you get
I mean, it might be 8, and it might be 16. That's kind of
The general consensus, if you will.
And then I used to tell the African
You bet. How are the A's doing?
Sorry?
How are the A's doing? Yeah.
these kind of species.
It's actually doing bad.
I'm gonna try to catch a game if they give me a day off.
I hear y'all are working 7 days a week.
These people come from all over the United States, working hard. Yeah. Thanks. You bet.
He actually wants to talk to you. Girl Tim? Oh, you're it is.
And she didn't even go up into the property. We said that she was in violation of her, you know. Then we
right behind
It's the mayor of our little town right here. This gentleman in a white shirt. Mayor Pro Tem.
I will tell
ready to say that they're trying to do this on purpose to get more birds out of the picture. I think they understand their position, but I think we just need to follow their rules. I don't, as I said, I don't know what their rule book looks like, but I certainly don't believe to follow it.
they should be already documents in there, like we can access like any
Well, I'm sure a public records request could be issued to the CDFA and request the information on their policies and procedures. And that is something that we'll be trying to
get that information.
Yeah, we're going to look and see if we can get that from them. Hopefully they'll be cooperative enough to do that, but I don't know. I really don't.
Sir, I would actually like to thank your hand. Shake your hand. I would like to thank you, sir. I saw you actually get quite vocal and adamant with your conversation with CDFA.
Well, they're legitimate questions that have to be asked, and that's why I'm here. I'm a resident just like everybody else, and I want to know. Well, I take pride in my city, and I take pride in helping where I can.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
So if there's any more.
I have like 26 shots.
Why did they have to what did I do? What did my family
Didn't explain to me. I don't have a positive in my area. My birds tested healthy. My little boy went out in the backyard to run it off the fence to save his car. You people came back there and you said you were bringing firearms and you scared him. Do you know my son is now in counseling? Do you know my son is made fun of at school? Do you know my daughters are gone with my mother because she can't be at my house because it's a slaughterhouse? And I've done nothing to you people. I listened to you. I've been in contact with you for months. And what did I ever do that led you to believe that I was going to invade something or do something wrong or do anything shady? And the answer is nothing. What you did to me was completely targeted. The reason you did it, and I know that you're never going to admit it, it's because you started harassing other people and I took a stand for them. Because you guys are taking away people's constitutional rights. And I'm not okay that. I'm not. So I don't, at this point, I'll email you. I email you every night. I probably send out about 500 a night. Nobody responds to me. What are you hiding? What is it? Is there a disease? I do use the email and I'm trying to get answers. I've came to your meetings, I've attended your meetings, I've done everything you asked up until that day. I called you that day. Why didn't you answer your phone until I called up? Why? Why didn't you pick up my phone every other time I called you? And that Joe, and I know you did. That whole week, that all your idiots come to my house and take one of me. You guys set it up. Here I am listening to you. You know what I'm telling you? Never again. If I knew to know what life you are and how important it is to help people. I don't care about your lives. What lives I can't live that way. There is none. How do I tell my kids? See you on the news. I have sneaked out into the window. I have.
Really? How do you put them to sleep?
That I'm not familiar with. Unfortunately, I don't know. Is there anything else I can do? Thank you for coming out tonight.
You could call less if it was done right.
This is our holiday. If you have questions,
nothing's going to get done. I think we change. I think that it's the big dairies or whatever.
From the
Show us the paper that gives you the legal right to do that.
Well, they've done it on Easter, Mother's Day, they've done it on every holiday.
But where's the legal paper saying they can do it?
Excuse me, don't ignore me. Don't ignore me. Everybody else is water chickens have to be in hands and locked down. Your children are having their own little conversation here. No, I'm asking you. I'm not commenting on that. Thank you. You're asking me, right, Ken?
The people are full of shit.
Ken, I email you every night. I probably email you about 50 to 60 times.
What is that email address, just in case we don't have it?
It's not over yet.
Thank you, that's your answer. You torment children and your answers, thank you.
We made it more.
My name is Brian.
Thanks for being here.
You know, I'm hoping to I did work for USDA for 7 years. Okay. And I handled the first USDA. It was a little different, you know, because we had to do it. I remember I was in college. I looked over a wall, and one of the pictures said,
We've run into a couple of people through this that worked for USDA back in the, actually one guy worked in it in the 70s, you know, when we had that outbreak of END then. Another one in 2002 or 3, and it sounds like with Department of Food Ag, California Department of Food Ag.
I knew I used to go to San Gabriel and they had a you still have that?
No.
San Gabriel, no. And then they moved it to LA, so USDA. I worked for 18 and I had a thing like this, Hispanic with a phony looking badge is not good. You don't say it's not at all. It didn't look as good. Did you have a question?
Are you in charge, sir?
There's not any one person in charge.
Okay, who would be the overall?
We're just all here to answer questions.
Okay, well, I asked her earlier. She really couldn't answer my question, so I'll ask you.
Okay.
Would you agree that an ADA person is protected under federal law?
Say
An
again.
ADA person, a person under the American Disability Act, is protected under federal law.
That's out of my field of expertise. I don't work for the federal government,
Who do you work for?
the state.
Okay. That's even better. Can you explain to me why then, when my mother, who is blind, technically legally blind in one eye, cannot read the fine print on your guys' form? You guys, I have a job. I got the notification. My mother gave it to me the next morning. I sent an email. I was 1 hour late. Was denied. I informed you guys that I vaccinate my birds. I informed you guys that I work for a chemical plant. I literally just step on my property. You don't just step on Clorox. You step in full grade chlorine to come on my property. There's no just. You don't. I don't play with you if you don't step in it. You don't step on it. You don't set foot on my property.
Okay.
They came out there with that notice. After I was denied mine, the very next day, your kill squad showed up. I denied them access to my property. I don't have sick birds. Still don't have sick birds. And this is 3 weeks ago. So I know by that I am not infected by the incubation period of the virus. 10 to 14 days, what you guys are claiming. Okay? When I denied you guys access, you guys then contacted Riverside Animal Control Services. Their officer verified it. I have it on video, him verifying that he was contacted by CDFA. Claiming you guys were claiming that I had sick animals and underweight animals and malnourished animals on my property.
We wouldn't contact Riverside Animal.
Sir, it's very clearly officer saying it. He's actually speaking to CDFA on video prior to him talking to me. I'm not making this up. I can't make this up.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that would not be a protocol we would follow.
It's a bully tactic.
If we felt you had sick birds, I mean, we would contact the owner
I'm the owner of the
and
birds.
go ahead and test.
You were not offering a test. You wanted to kill.
Well, a couple things you brought up. The fact that your birds aren't infected doesn't necessarily mean we wouldn't be there to euthanize. And the reason being that as we're trying to get rid of this virus, we sometimes have to go ahead and euthanize healthy birds in order to reduce the host load in a particular area.
Okay, but my birds are within a coop that have no access because you guys are claiming to contact disease. There is no contact from my birds with the outside world.
If there is disease, and it depends on the amount of disease, but within a kilometer of where your place is, and we have determined that to be a highly infected area, that may unfortunately qualify your birds for euthanasia. And again, the reason is if we don't reduce the host of this virus, we'll never get it eradicated.
My understanding is the sun kills the disease within a few hours.
But not when it's still in the host. And that's why we're having to take out some of the birds that may only be exposed, may not be showing clinical signs yet, may not have the virus in them at all, is we're removing the host so that we can eradicate the
Right,
virus.
but I vaccinate my birds, so how are you going to get around that?
The problem is the vaccine is not 100% effective. And even birds that are vaccinated can still pick up this virus, still carry the virus, still transmit the virus to other birds. So, unfortunately, it would be nice if we had a vaccine that was 100% effective, but there is none.
Okay, can you explain to me something else then? If this disease is so rampant as you guys are claiming, why do I see like back in 2002, birds were in my town literally dying on the side of the road?
Yeah.
It's not going on this time.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think one of the reasons is probably there are more birds that are vaccinated now than probably in 2002 and 3. But again, unfortunately, that doesn't preclude the possibility that those birds will still transmit virus.
Right, but I'm talking about wild birds.
As far as
crows, pigeons.
You know, a lot of the pigeons that died, and I've talked to a number of people that were around in the same, in fact, one lady I was talking to in Muscoy, she was literally said there were pigeons falling out of the sky.
Yes.
That is a different paramyxovirus that affects pigeons. It's not the virulent Newcastle that we're dealing with now. And that paramyxovirus was very virulent for pigeons back in 02, 03. We're not seeing that strain of virus right now, but you're correct. It did kill a lot of pigeons back in those years.
So again, my question: can you explain to me why you guys are using that bullying tactic as far as trying to gain access to my property by contacting animal control?
We wouldn't contact animal control.
But you guys did, sir.
We would have no reason to do that. We have the authority to contact the owner directly, and so we would go directly to you if you're the owner.
I want to pull you aside to talk to this reporter.
Okay. All right.
Excuse us.
All right. Thank you for your questions.
Why don't you retreat?
Yes, he did, Wendy. He did admit there was a vaccine. But just like everything, there's nothing that is 100%. When you get a flu shot, it's not 100%. You guys in charge. Yep, on live video, he admitted it. Yes. But his justification is it's not 100%. What's 100%? Just in case you just have tuned in, this is the event that's going on in Mare Loma. It's the USA cdfa event, basically. Videos were taken of, several people have taken videos today about this event, not only from the euthanasia, which they're claiming is humane, and that it's the easiest way to do it, basically. You have surveillance and diagnostics, which has denied the same people are calling on themselves, basically, and telling them there are sick birds on the property. To indemnity, which is where you get paid if you decide to get paid for your birds. And your general question. Well, I spoke to the public information officer that was here today, and she had, which is that lady right there in the green shirt. She says that they're not doing what we're claiming they're doing. They're giving me blue smoke up my butt, basically. But the gentleman who was in charge, that claims he's not in charge, the blue shirt over there, himself.
You need to tell us it's a kill zone now. It's not a quarantine zone, it's a kill zone.
Well, he admitted there's a vaccine. He admitted it.
Yeah, but they say that the vaccine's not going to cover what they have right now.
He said it's not 100% effective. What's 100% effective? Nothing.
Not even the flu shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even the flu shot. Anyway, you need to just tell us they're going to eradicate everything, right?
Yeah, I think they're doing.
That's it.
They're also claiming they're not using bully tactics, but we showed video after video after video of bully tactics being done. Oh, I'm going to show Winnie. The mayor pro tem of our town.
It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. I kid you not.
Jennifer is on that gentleman again. As I showed her Wendy's comment about he admitting there's a vaccine. Which I am so glad I got that on video. I'm actually going to go show that comment to Amy. Hey, Amy, the gentleman that's in charge?
Kim Feller?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we know there's a vaccine.
Yes, but
They say it doesn't work.
he said it's not 100% effective.
Yes, exactly. Your birds are being vaccinated once monthly.
Yeah.
He'd be the one to ask about that.
I've already jammed him up about it.
I'm gonna walk him like
There's the mayor of our little town. He also showed up and actually attacked CDFA about the way they're doing business.
What court is she going to go to? Where is she supposed to be? Because it says nothing. I don't know. We don't know. That's what what's the history of?
So I guess the question is, can you elaborate on what kind of a citation she might have been given and what does it mean? What actually is it? Is it a fee, a fine? Is it just a notice that you're not in compliance with something and just correct it? I mean, what exactly is it?
What I was shocked about in general are the enforcement. I'm not going to speak directly about her case. That's what it is. And that you can contact the legal office.
But is it a ticket?
So here, we're going to parse this out. So her issue is not
Excuse me. She needs to know.
Well, yeah, if you know what her situation is, that's why I'm just trying to figure out what exactly the notice is and what it does it mean to a resident if they receive it. Is it a fine? Is it a notice to comply? Is it what is it?
So the enforcement, the quarantine enforcement tools that are available under the law are there's two components. One is administrative penalties. Those are between $100 and $1,000, and those are handled administratively within the department. There's a hearing process, etc. for somebody who wants to challenge it. Under the Free Life Code, we also have the authority to enforce the quarantine through misdemeanor infractions. So those are the two components under which we do quarantine enforcement.
So what kind of I mean, I barely could read it, so I don't really know what it really means. But
so I will, if you give me your number, I'm happy to speak with you later.
You guys already have her name and address.
So basically, what I don't want to have happen to this lady is because if she's promising that she gets this, let's just say you guys are going to flip it to misdemeanor or some fine, and she doesn't have a court listed or a court date, then it's going to be a no-show for her, and then she's stuck.
Let me I feel like you did it in retribution because this has never been given out to any one of us. After I asked for the lieutenant to come out, I filed a complaint on CHP that I was issued this that has never been issued to anyone, to no one. I feel that you are abusing your power. I feel that you are abusing your power to punish me for calling for a lieutenant to come out and look into my situation. This quarantine says that I refuse to leave the property. After I was grabbed by helms and then Carter was in my face, I left the property. I left. There was still a lot of people in that section that you said that I refused to leave.
Actually, Paula, the individual in charge has admitted there is a vaccine. So your statement is actually not correct. There is a vaccine.
But he has to justify what that is. Is it just a warning letter or is it a citation? What is it?
Let me ask
any specific incident.
This sounds like political double talk.
The quarantine is for the birds, not for the people. Why are they thinking
I need to see it. You can email me.
like, how can you not say, oh, you're not going to your friend's house?
Right now, I don't know what the heck it is.
You have birds, and they kill your birds, and then you put some back, and then you might get a pay. That's what you're violating.
You can contact the PIO number that's on there. That's our contact for the incident. Also on the quarantine, there's 2 phone numbers at the top right that reach Animal Health and Food Safety Services.
Because I need to tell them your name, so I know who I'm trying to.
You can email it. I can read it myself.
So if you call and say, I'm not sure what I will do, anybody or
what it is.
phone number, file a complaint. There's nothing to stop you from filing a complaint. If you explain the scenario, they're going to know who I am.
So if I go to my friend's house, am I going to have a second offense? Can I be violating quarantine for going on my own property?
There's a million permutations and combinations. So I don't want to give you guidance.
If I go to my babysitter's house to pick up my kids, are you guys going to cite me with a second offense?
These are all hypotheticals, and I don't want to get into that.
No, I need to know because I have to continue on with my life, and I can't get any more second offenses.
Your mayor's going to take a look at it. So let's just step away and dismiss whatever you say can be used against you.
Very common to use administrative penalties. So that would all be information that would have to be released by either the legal office or the PIO. So I'm not authorized to about that. So I just have to follow that.
So are you one of the guys that goes out to the individual homes as eradication? Is that kind of what you do?
I am at some sites with law enforcement.
Yeah, I want to see what her letter is.
That's like the her issue.
Well, yeah, she can do that if she chooses. Yeah. At least we can see what it is. I certainly don't want to think that our residents are getting cited randomly, willy-nilly, or inappropriately, or at some point having to pay a fine or a fee to clear themselves for potentially just being agitated at a process that has been less than 100%.
I can show you the bottom portion. It won't have her name right there, but I can show you the bottom portion because the person presenting it did not write their name down either. So it's a paper with her information, but there's no presentation of her. Cited her is not listed on there.
Can I ask you a question about when you go onto someone's yard and then somebody decides to call code enforcement or animal control? Somebody from your group calls animal control on a person who lives there because they've decided they don't either like the person or they don't like the people, causing trouble. Well, why would they do that?
Nobody on this incident would do that. We
I'm not sure.
And she had to have a vet come onto her property to inspect her animals and pay a lot of money for that. I mean, seriously, you guys.
You're CDFA, correct?
CDFA's job to report something
I'm
to animal
the son.
control, right? It's only about the chickens, right? Is it only about the chickens, or is it about? I don't have chickens.
It's about disease eradication.
Okay.
Okay, but
So
explain.
why would they support her? Call animal control on someone?
I can't speak to the specific incident, but definitely do not call animal control.
Let me tell you the incident because I was there.
Any what's the one that comes around the city stuff? Why would they don't call any of that? They are only there to eradicate the disease, the chicken disease, right?
Absolutely.
Nothing else.
That is our only goal, is to to eradicate Maryland and Cascade.
And some of the workers then are kind of stepping over their bounds then, I would say, by doing stuff like that. And so I think that's why it makes everybody really stressed out. I don't have chicken. I'm afraid to go out into my front yard watching all
Let me
this
ask you a
stuff.
question, sir.
Seriously.
Would you agree with me that people that were ADA have specific rights, if you will? More so than the
Under
average?
the law, they have, yes.
Okay. So you're admitting that they have extenuating circumstances under the law?
I think it's common knowledge that...
Okay. I'm going to tell... She's speaking about my mother. I can speak on this personally because I was there. You guys showed up, left a notice on my gate. I have a job. I'm employed. The notice says I have 24 hours. That's not sufficient time to wipe your butt with bureaucracy, state bureaucracy. It's not. We all know that. I called you guys up. I was 1 hour late. In my email to them, I explained to them, my mother is 88. She's legally blind in one eye. She cannot read the fine print on the notification. Sacramento responded with, basically, tough titty. We're not going to change our mind. You guys showed up the next day. I called out for help. I'm not going to lie. I called out for help. My mother was hysterical. I was at work. Imagine your mom at work, 64 years old, calls you up crying hysterically. I'm at work. There's nothing I can do. I had left work early that day because of this. I go home. When I get home, you guys, people show up to assist us. You guys show up. I deny you guys access to my property. Conveniently, Riverside Animal Control Services shows up. Conveniently. When I press the officer, why are you here? What brought you to my property? He said, and I quote, I have it on video if you want to watch it. And I quote him word for word. CDFA called us and told us you have sick and undernourished animals on your property. How is that not a bully tactic?
Well, I wasn't there. I can't speak to it. I'm happy to listen and have you share what your experience was. But as far as that particular incident, I wasn't there, so I can't speak to anything that happened.
But how is that even appropriate? How is that appropriate as any moral, ethical, or professional standard? This is my mother. This is the lady who is disabled. She's ADA protected. She has certain rights by your own admission. The officer came onto our property. I allowed him access. Now, mind you, I made him step into pure chlorine, not watered down, not diluted, 100% chlorine. Before I allowed him access to my property, he came onto my property, looked at my horses, looked at my pigs, and looked at my chickens and my goat. First words out of his mouth was, "Where are the sick animals?"
Again, I'm happy to listen to you. I just can't speak to what happened.
Then went around, because you guys have filed this complaint by his own admission, and the deal that I made with him that he is so far honored was you guys are not welcome back on my property without that warrant. He got a letter from a vet, which was not cheap, it was not free. The vet came out and said, animals aren't sick. Why am I here? So how is that not a bully tactic or an unprofessional or unethical standard for you guys to be implying that upon an average citizen that has very little authority and very little power to stop the state of California?
I understand what you're saying. And again, I'm happy to listen to you, but I wasn't there. I can't speak to it.
But you can speak in generalities, though.
Whoever you work for and talk to them about the idea that it's not their job to come into our yards and tell us, what to do with our yards and our animals. It's only about the disease. That's all you guys are there for.
I'm happy to share here.
Yes. Could you do that? Because that would be an important thing for the citizens because we're nervous. Seriously.
I'll be honest with you. That's why you're fighting so much with us. Because
let's be clear. I'm not fighting with you. We're having a dialogue here, and I'm
talking about as far as the citizens are resisting you guys. Let's be honest, they are. let's be honest, they're resisting you.
And you're here and you're passionate. I understand.
No, I'm not even talking about us. I'm talking about average citizens on the street. When you guys are trying to get into homes, they're making you guys start to get warrants now.
Do you know?
They're resisting you guys because of these tactics. Just like I told the city council the other day, you guys are causing people to move the birds because of these tactics. You're not coming in a professional manner. You're coming, for lack of a better term, which term that was thrown around, which I may or may not agree with, but it's Gestapo type tactics where you guys just come onto the property and do what you want to do, and that's it. That's all there is.
I walked around to all these
You're going to resistance every time. It didn't work for Hitler. It didn't work for Marxism. It's not going to work. And you guys just are so hard-headed. It's like I might as well go talk to the wall, and I'll probably get a better response out of it.
Let me say something. I walked around and I talked to all these people, and I asked them, you guys test them, right? And every person swore they tested them. And my yard, they dropped off the letter. The second day, they wanted to kill them. They talked to me. The third day, everybody was there to kill my chickens.
Yes, they are.
And they brought the Humane Society. I thank God.
They want to kill them.
For the SOB, I mean, I was hysterical. I mean, the thought of you guys putting my chickens in a drum and just sucking the air out and killing my pets. I mean, isn't this how they used to do it at the dog pound? Just put them in a great big container and suck the air out? Okay, well they said that wasn't humane. Why is this humane for the chickens?
I can tell you that we follow all current epidemiological and veterinary practices, and everybody here is trying to do it.
What's in the cans? You guys are spraying that you guys are so secretive about.
I don't work on that side, so I don't want to answer a question that I don't have the educational experience to answer.
You don't know what they're spraying your tires with? You just say, okay, spray my tires?
I trust the people that I work with on the incident to provide credible scientific information and use that appropriately. So.
Did they have to identify their equipment?
I'm not a chemist, so I
When
couldn't
they
use
spray
that.
the tires, they're only covering 3/4 of the tire, because if they did a quick rotation on that spray tire, they would and roll the truck back 2 feet and get the bottom portion of the tire and spray that side. So your trucks that you guys spray and make a big deal about are only a fourth of it is exposed still. And guess what? That's the part that's on the road. Because you didn't do a tire rotation on that spray. You're just spraying the top of the tire, making it look cute for your residents.
Okay, I can't speak to what you're talking about. I wasn't.
Oh, we could show you videos, and we can show you. We don't even have to speak. You can look it up on our SOB, which you probably have. Oh, by the way, sob, we're crying. It's really sad. You don't have to interpret the other way. If you guys want to check out this one, absolutely fine. Those are complex SOPs. So.
I would like to just say one more thing. If you guys would, I mean, and I'm not specific to you, I'm asking you to go back and talk to whoever you need to talk to about it. But just be truthful with the people. I mean, like, they're in a quarantine zone, but really they're in a kill zone, right? Why don't you just come out and say, look, we're going to kill your bird. We're not quarantining your birds. We're not testing your birds to see if they're healthy. We're going to kill them, whether they're healthy or they're not. Just tell everybody, and then people will be prepared and not be so stressed out. I mean, just let us.
Let me add, if I can, let me add a few things that I think would kind of wrap this up. It's pretty obvious, I think, from your eyes today, that you're seeing the passion from our residents.
I've seen the passion.
So the way that I perceive this is that the CDFA is not following whatever their own rule book says. The procedures you have in place, whether it's putting bird and how you dispose of the birds, putting them in many claims in video Ziploc bags instead of something that's a hazardous issue, then you should be treating it that way. So the point is communication with our residents goes a real long way. Truthfulness, communication, give them an opportunity, let them know what's going on. timetables. One of the worst things that anybody could do is call the air conditioning guy and say, hey, I need you, I'll be there at 3 o'clock, and he doesn't show up. Same thing with the CDFA, where they say they're going to be there and they don't show up, and then they just show up willy-nilly at some other time. There's been many residents who have elderly parents, and they're the only ones home because they're at work or something. They make arrangements to be there at the time that you originally said you'd be there, and when nobody shows up, and then shows up at another time. See, this is a problem. It creates issues with the residents. So if you can get this back to the people that do this job on a daily basis and let them know that we would appreciate, our residents would appreciate honesty, truthfulness, consideration, and 70% or more of our population is Hispanic. Many of the elderly people who never spoken English don't know how to read English. So
the mayor's present, but I'll let her the lights on.
Standing here in a
somebody that can
CDF
explain something to them
in his own building.
Translate.
Wow.
The mayor pro tem.
English and Spanish.
That's how they do them.
You were just told to shut up on the CDFA.
I keep hearing from both people.
Wow.
They shove it in our face and pull it right back. We can't even read it. They don't give us time.
Who gives her the right? Who the hell is she?
Get them to understand.
Because she was whispering to the other guy.
A little bit of dash and giggle along the way to get their job done and get them not to be completely insane because they're dealing with what they perceive as just inappropriate behavior. So those are the kinds of things that you could bring back and talk to the teams about so they understand where the residents are coming from. I don't think they may not understand. Maybe they think they're doing the best they can, but maybe they're forgetting about
I'm happy to share everything that you do with our team.
I just lost my husband.
Oh my God! We would love you just gave me your last name. I thank you. Thank you so much.
I just lost my husband. My husband just died.
I'm so sorry.
We had a
And right after that, you people just show up
and I'll tell you that
here we are. And I'm telling you.
Yes, Kitty, that is the mayor.
And I'm telling you, they might say they test, but they don't. They just showed 3 days. They gave me no rights, nothing. And 3 days, I lost my husband, they can become an animal.
What is your title out of curiosity?
I'm an analyst in the state.
What kind of analyst?
It's just a generic classification. Nothing exciting.
There's a lot of people getting in trouble.
I understand it. I absolutely understand what you're saying.
In the middle of the interview. That's right there.
At least when you go
But
there,
on
you
there
say
it
that
says
they
ratio
test
is
them.
any ever has.
You don't just say, hey, you tested them.
We have today.
I appreciate you sharing this, and I appreciate your passion. I'm sorry for your loss.
I wanted to go there now. History one.
Well, it's actually supposed to be over already. They turned the lights off on the mayor while he was actually speaking to this individual. This event was held in the city of Jurupa Valley, the Glen Avon area of it, the Glen Avon Pedley area. Just in case you missed part of the video, the individual who I don't see, look right here, the individual in the blue shirt, has actually admitted there is a vaccine, but much like a flu vaccine, it's not 100%. So that's why they're not accepting the vaccine as a legitimate reason to do anything with your birds. So if you're vaccinating, yeah, you're going to save your birds from getting the disease, but CDFA does not care. That's basically what he just said. They're also claiming that the CO2 gas is humane and non-painful, which too many people have said otherwise by sounds and whatnot. The city council, the mayor pro tem, and the mayor showed up like they promised to do, because many citizens were very, very passionate and very, very upset the last time at the council meeting. Let's see what else. Also, the individual they called that nobody ever seems to be able to get on video really just did a whole lot of political double talk. really wouldn't give an answer, refused to give an answer, claimed ignorance to pretty much anything and everything that was going on, when we all know that that's just not the case. Every individual here this evening I spoke of my mother's personal incident, with CDFA and how they contacted Riverside Animal Control Services. They're denying they do anything like that. Riverside Animal Control Services, which had absolutely no reason to lie to me, told me point blank, CDFA called me out here, and that is the only reason I am out here. Every individual I spoke to today has denied that that is a policy they are doing. They're denying that they are doing anything and everything to intimidate residents, when I've heard countless stories of intimidation, from using forms that people don't use to speak English to things like this evening. During the conversation with the individual, CDFA actually decided that it was a time to turn the lights off on the mayor and the mayor pro tem, even though the fact this is technically his building is entrusted to him while he is in office. Also, I did get them to admit that my mother has specific extra legal rights because she is ADA. She falls under ADA, American Disability Act. Even though they're still trying to find a way to wiggle around that one. So that pretty much concludes the event here today, as it's pretty much closed down. I'm just kind of walking around a semi-empty building now. All the booths, there's my mother. So you see that they pretty much already took all the little booths down that were, for lack of a better term, blowing smoke up on everybody's butt. And the mayor is still talking to a USDA official over there. But as you can see, it's pretty much, like I said, pretty much wrapped down. There's the mayor pro tem right there, the individual with the gray shirt on, back to us, with some CDFA and USDA officials. So that, like I said, pretty much concludes the whole event in a nutshell. Also, I failed to mention, they did speak to Wendy about her citation that she received, that nobody seems to know what exactly it is. He himself would not go into any kind of answers. Everything was real generic. Well, it could be an administrative punishment. It could be a misdemeanor. I'm not going to speak on specifics, even though he is the individual who gave the citation.
Steve knows
So it's a whole lot of non-answers and political double talk that unfortunately most politicians are known for, as we are now being pushed out of the building pretty much. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Take care of yourself, take care of your families, take care of your animals, and God bless. Till next time.